What is going on, everybody? Back at you again with this new edition in this episode of this Move the Chains podcast with your man and the host of this hour, Sam McIntyre. We're doing well today on this hump day. 2 days close to the Friday, however you guys say it. I cannot wait. So today I wanted to talk about, I usually do my weekly Raiders reaction, win-loss or whatever, what I think's going on with the team. And then I also wanted to get into what I heard about this morning. I couldn't believe it. Holy shit. Hopkins is now a Chief? Oh, my God. I woke up, decent this morning as a Raider fan. Now he's a Chief. God damn it. Shit. But I wanted to hop into that, both sides of that trade. And then also I wanted to give my little 2 cents. I might go on a little rant here. With one man named JJ, Jerry Jones, who, does some stupid shit. So, first off, I want to get into my Raiders here. Ugly football game. Not aesthetically pleasing by any means. I have two things that I need to cover. Number one, this combination of Farva from Super Troopers and Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite is awful. I mean, it does not matter what happens with these quarterbacks. Their line sucks. Now, again, I talked to my buddy Andrew today. I was DMing him while I was at the gym. They went to the zone blocking scheme, which does not fit their offensive line and what they want to do. Zeus White is getting minimalized when he showed flashes last year on the Christmas Day game against Kansas City, who we play this Sunday in Vegas. And then, Madison's a good back, but I'm disappointed. But I will say this right now. Go get a quarterback. Raiders, you need to do it. I was sitting here, I was thinking about this as I got home tonight from the gym. I'm looking around the AFC. Lamar, C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Drake May maybe if he gets right, New England. Maybe Anthony Richardson, I don't know. But we're so low on the fucking totem pole. We got to get a guy. And the more and more I hear about it, I think Shedeur Sanders is that guy. I'm just telling you, I see it. He feels like a Raider. He's badass. He's got some weirdness to him. Excuse me, but I cannot dispute the talent with Shedeur. And that's what the Raiders need to do. Now, the one thing I'm worried about, now again, we'll see how the season progresses, and I always do my weekly thing, but you have to get a great offensive coordinator. Now, I've heard the word Ben Johnson's name thrown around there from the Lions. Listen, he tried the head coaching thing last year, and for some reason, I don't know what it was. Maybe the interviews went poorly. I don't know. But it did not go well. So I think right now, I wouldn't mind Ben Johnson. Listen, what he's doing in Detroit is awesome. It is clever. It's creative. It's clever. It's tough. It's finesse. It's power. Their offense is explosive. And they got players everywhere. But you're looking at a cover that's really bare with the Lions in terms of skill players and personnel and fitting what their players do really, really well and hiding their weaknesses to the Raiders, who have, 2 weapons now? I mean, Jacoby Myers, when he's healthy, Alexander Madison, Brock Bowers. That's it. So the cupboard's really bare for the Raiders, and I think they have some guys that can make some plays. Obviously, DJ Turner, and Trey Tucker's really fast. When they get him to actually the fucking ball, fucking accurately, damn it. Oh, my God, Minshew, Jesus Christ. Complete the fucking ball. Stop turning the ball over, throwing 4 picks. Wannabe gunslinger, Brett Favre having ass. Stop doing that shit. But I will say this, the one thing I was proud of in that game from the Raiders, that defense is outstanding. I can't ask for a better defensive performance from them than I did on Sunday. The Rams were 2 for 10 on third down. They were bad in the red area. I mean, they did get the 2 touchdowns by Kyron Williams. I'll give them that. That's fine. And that's what my thing with the Raiders defense is. Look, we've given up our chunks in the run game. I've seen it this year. I've watched almost every snap. So I'm okay. If you give up chunk, that's fine. Just don't have them repeat it. Now, I think sometimes when I see that, guys getting in opposition, getting moved off the ball, they're not, the Raiders to me miss Christian Wilkins a lot right now. Because you saw early in the year when they had Christian Wilkins in there, that big 310, 6'4" pounder in there that eats blocks up and could get pressure on the quarterback. That's an underrated skill of his. Hard to find guys like that. Hard to find them. Now it puts a lot of strain on your other guys like Adam Butler and those guys to make plays. So you really have to do something more. Patrick Graham has done a nice job with this defense. In the last year, I've never been more proud of a Raider defense in my life than this one. With Spillane and Mad Max Crosby and the Bennett kid is balling the corner. He gets some penalties here and then. Some of them are just dumb, but it is what it is. But they got a lot of players now on that defense. Now, they got to get some more depth, obviously, in the draft and free agency, obviously. But that defense made me so proud the other day that I'm sitting in my head going, if Luke Getsy, and everybody keeps saying, well, they put Luke Getsy up in the booth. I don't give a fuck where you put him at, damn it. You can put him on the Golden Gate Bridge, Egypt, WWE headquarters. I don't give a rat's ass where you put him. He stinks. And here's the other thing. Here's the kicker. Who wanted this guy? Oh, wait. I know, Mr. Davante Adams, who, by the way, left. That's okay. Everybody leaves the Raiders. No fault. We've had 2 playoff wins and 2 winning seasons in 21 years. That's okay. We just can't have nice things. It's all right. Whatever. You know, go play with your homeboy, Aaron Rodgers. Have fun. You're not going to win with the Jets. You're like the East Coast version of the Raiders. That's okay. Do what you want. But this is what we get. So, as much as I want to criticize Raiders and saying, well, we got the shitty offensive coordinator, well, this was Davante Adams thing. And hell, he's gone. So, it's not looking good. I think this weekend, I always pick the Raiders because I'm just a homer. And I know the line in that game, take Kansas City, the whole thing. I think it's 10. I'll get to that later in the week with my Blazing 3 picks. But the Raiders, right now, in this moment, at the trade deadline, I wouldn't hate getting a quarterback. Now, you can look around, I'm just saying. But this draft and this offseason, there is one goal and one goal only if you're Tom Telesco. Which the other thing that I'm going to say on here is you need to keep this group because listen, we can bang on Tom Telesco all you want. And I get the critics out there. I get it. I've defended him because look at the rosters they had with the Chargers. They were really talented, really good, but they didn't do enough. And I sat there and go, well, I don't think it's all him. Like, okay, the coaching has been piss poor. Like I mentioned last night about Herbert. Because Telesco obviously drafted Herbert and was there for a while. Tom Telesco can get good players. He's done it with the Chargers. And he did with the Raiders last year. Some of our players aren't bad. And Antonio Pierce, I don't know what to make of him. Maybe it was like a spur of the moment. They were riding high and smoking the cigars and whoa! I was feeling it. Smoke our shit, drink our shit, Raider motherfucking way. That's straight up how it is. Okay? But you got to show it consistently. And I'm watching this team, and it's just the offense. It's like insanity. It's doing the same shit over and over again, except in different results. So until they get a new offensive coordinator in here and get the O-line fixed and get a goddamn quarterback that can get the ball to Brock Bowers and could, do some things, it's not going to change anything. Like, I'm still a fan. I still love the Raiders. But it's frustrating to watch. So this offseason, and I'm going to go down to the Combine in March, probably, again. And I'm going to watch closely because they got to do something. Now, depending on where the draft order is, I don't know. We got a long way to go. We're in October now, almost the end of October, which is crazy, to obviously we have in April, obviously, when the draft is. So we got a long way to go, a lot of leeway, a lot of stuff for me to see with these quarterbacks in college. So hopefully the Raiders, I want to try and upset the Chiefs, but it's hard right now. That defense is balling. So I wanted to say something this morning. I woke up this morning, I got out of the shower on my way to work, and I got the shittiest news a Raider fan could see when you get out of the shower. Deandre Hopkins got traded. Wow. All right. So we're fucked again. Chase Mathis, good for you. You got a really great player in Deandre Hopkins. That's all I got to say. So from my standpoint of who won the trade, I think Tennessee got a B. I read some draft grades today on the trade. I think they got a B. I think Tennessee's going through some transitions. I still don't get why they fired Vrabel. Who knows why? I heard he wasn't collaborative. Whatever. He was the best thing you had going. You were winning 9 games. Well, you got to a conference championship game 5 years ago. I know it was 5 years ago. I'm just throwing it out there. You went. And you had the number 1 seed 3 years ago in the AFC with Herbert, with Lamar, and with Justin Herbert. Just saying. So, my thing is, With Ryan Tannehill, mind you, like not some like elite quarterback. Okay? I think Tennessee for me, and listen, I think I'm kind of done with Will Levis. Um, I know I drank the Will Levis Kool-Aid, and I admit when I'm wrong. You know, I was hyped on him, but there's a lot of things you just can't fix with that kid. He is so robotic when he throws. And I showed my dad this. I said, watch and sit down. Watch a game and look how he throws. It's all statue. There's no move. You know, he's not fluid. He's built like a bodybuilder. And all my gym rats out there, I love you guys. I'm not trying to pick on anybody who's bodybuilder, but I'm just saying he's so ripped. And as an NFL quarterback, you got to have a little bit of pudding. You can absorb the hits. And there's sometimes Will Levis, I said he's Jay Cutler. He reminds me of him. There's no fluidity. There's no, motion. It's just kind of, So, good for the Chiefs. You know, like I said, Hopkins get a ring out of this. And, it's not a long-term thing. The Chiefs remind me, I heard this analogy today, like American Pickers, that show, They just pick different random shit, like, oh, that's old. Yeah, we'll get it for a couple. Yeah, okay, bring it in, let's go. All the good shit's gone. Let's just get the scraps. Okay. But this is what happens when you're a really good team. The Rams did it with Odell Beckham. Didn't have him for long. He was a malcontent Cleveland dysfunctional organization, goes to the Rams. Woo! Parade, they win Super Bowl. Odell Beckham was great before he got hurt. So Tennessee, we'll see what happens with them. Listen, they're just a struggle offensively. I am rooting for my Uncle Mark, my Aunt Colleen, who I love. Her husband, Mark, went to school with Bill Callahan and was his block for him. So I'm pulling for him. I followed his career a lot. I'm pulling for his son to do really well at the Titans because they got a good defense. There's a couple teams in here that kind of remind me of each other, like the Raiders, Giants, and Titans. And the reason why I say that is because their defenses through stretches have been very, very good. But their offense sucks. And it's like a slow death. When your offense is so anemic and can't get anything going, it's hard for you to have momentum and wake up for the defense and go, well, what is this shit? Why do I need to try? I'm doing my part. Do yours. So we'll see what happens in that trade. I know the Titans got a 4th-round pick, I believe. Yeah, Chiefs got Hopkins in exchange for a 4th-round pick. So we'll see. There's a lot of things to uncover and unpack there with the Chiefs and the Titans. But a decent trade. Not bad. I thought the Chiefs were going to kind of kick the tires on Mike Evans last year, even though he's a free agent. But I just see him as a Buccaneer. I mean, I could see him in another jersey, but he just fits like a Buccaneer, the Pirate, all that stuff. So last thing I wanted to hop on today, and it's great you guys are in here. So I saw something today that just really bugs me. And I'm going to go off my rocker here. I'm a 27-year-old guy, but God damn it, I feel like I'm 90. And I say that because I just miss the good old days. I'm in the moment, but the 90s were just such a cool time. No phones were out. Listen, I've had a love-hate relationship with social media for years, but I just saying, watching the WWE shit on Vince McMahon brought me back to, when I was a kid. Just like the freedom. Just ride bikes. Let it rip. Say what you want. Who cares? Nobody's going to get pissed off. And go scrub your Twitter if you piss somebody off. Oh, blow me. Shut up, bitch. I miss those days. So I have an appreciation and a soft spot for that nostalgia for me. And I was thinking back to Jerry Jones. I'm going to tie this in. Jerry Jones, to me, needs to look himself in the mirror and say he's the problem. But I don't think he'll do that. Because Jerry Jones is a rich, egomaniacal vanity prick. And he is. And I almost am convinced, I don't know if this is conspiracy or not, he sold his soul to the devil after the Barry Switzer Super Bowl. And then you got rid of Jimmy Johnson. Why? I get you had two egos going at it. But Jimmy Johnson was the best thing you had. And I get that I've heard, and I hate Skip Bayless, but he covered Gruden and he covered Jimmy Johnson. They're both the same guy. The high burnout. And I get it with Jimmy. And I think he's kind of a prick, but he was a great coach, college and pro. One of the rare guys to do it. There's only about two guys that I know, Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh, John Harbaugh just has won the NFL. So Jerry Jones, I feel like, made a deal with the devil and said, yeah, I'm good on Super Bowls. And ever since then, I keep hearing, all in, my ass, Jerry. And listen, he's to blame for all this. They have no depth. They signed Dak way too much fucking money. I've said before, I think Dak's overrated. Jonah Watson, shout out to you. You're a Cowboy fan. You know it. I know it. I've talked to you before about it. Trash. So, but you're stuck. You fuck around, you're going to find out. And Dallas is finding out the hard way. Dak ain't it. So, I just laugh and I call the Dallas Cowboys the choke boys. The exit way to happen every year. It's like, the same shit, different day. It's same shit, different year with the Cowboys. Same fucking result. And here's the other thing. If I hear one more moron tell me McCarthy's the problem, you're looking at football wrong. First of all, this organization is reminding me of the Raiders near the end with Al Davis. Too much of Jerry's friends. Too much of Al's friends up in the box. Up in the managerial stuff. There's no outside voice. It's all insular. No, we don't know. No outside voices. No. You kidding me? No, not today. Get them out. We want just voices that are in the family. Nobody else. And that's a problem. Because you got to have some fresh ideas. And I see this all the time. And in Dallas, I'll say this, has some talent. But they're just not, there's something there. And who cares what McCarthy has to say? Jerry runs the whole fucking thing. So until, Jerry passes away and his son runs it, it's not going to matter. Because, Micah Parsons, I got news for you. 2 words, shut up and play. Shut up and play. Stop doing a pod every fucking week. Okay? I get you play for the Cowboys. I get it. You're a big attraction, big draw. Got it. But I got to mind you, have you looked at your stats against elite teams? I'll wait. Big 0. Did nothing against Green Bay. Nothing. So this organization starts from the top and works its way down, and Jerry Jones is to blame for 100%, 1,000%, all this bullshit going down. And he has nobody to blame but himself. And I'm telling you, when I heard him today say we were bad on the offense, hey, Jerry, 2 words, shut up. Mike McCarthy's a good coach. He's won a Super Bowl. Now, is he elite? No, but he's pretty good, very good, pretty good coach. Now, I could argue he's kind of like McDermott a little bit. He's a really, really good coach, but the more he's around, you kind of start seeing little things. It's like when you date a girl and you think everything's great, and then you start dating her a while, and they're not abusive things, petty, disruptive things, but she doesn't do the dishes. It's stuff like that you kind of see with McCarthy. The clock management, all this bullshit. But Mike McCarthy's helpless. He can't do nothing. So at the end of the day, this comes back to Jerry Jones. Is he going to change? I don't think he will. He's 82. Good hell, he had a stroke on TV a couple weeks ago. It was awesome. I love when the Cowboys lose. Oh, row. Put the Jordan meme up of him crying like a bitch. So, that's all I wanted to say today. Cowboys are screwed. I mean, until Jerry Jones croaks and dies. I don't wish that upon anybody, but it's what's going to happen. So, like I said on here before, hit the like, subscribe, share button. Getting this content out. More videos up and coming. And talk to you guys soon.